good morning, and hello to all my fishing friends. I wasn't very active on YouTube lately, but I have a very good reason. What you're seeing is my new web fishing website. It's called Are They Biting? And you can reach it at arettheybiting.com. This is something I wanted to do for a long time, and during this winter I finally find some time to do it. Uh, what it is about? Well, it's about learning from the past to get better fishing result in the future. That's all. I'm just trying to build a tool which mimics what I think we are doing when go fishing. We try to use our experience and then apply it to get better or more fun fishing. So that's all. And this tool should just help us with that goal. You can read all this information here. So one more thing before we dive into how the app works is we are at the early stage of this, so of Are They Biting? And I need people who will help me with testing and making sure everything is working fine, and especially with the new features. So this video will be focused on that. So I will go quickly about what application currently offers, and in subsequent video I will dive into certain features in details. So let's go. You will hit login, and if you have your credentials, you can just log in. If you're not, just go to sign up, fill out the form, fill out your details, and you'll get approved and you'll get your credentials. Hit your credentials and you will be in. Just one thing, sometimes, especially the first time when you hit that, there is a little bug. Just refresh it and you will go into the app. Okay, so we are in. What do we see? Currently, dashboard contains three main widgets, and this is kind of major functionality of the application, which is logs in the center, 3-day weather forecast, which includes our custom fishing forecast, and one of the analytics. So I would start with logs because this is main functionality. Everything starts with logs. If you don't have logs, you don't have much information about your fishing experience. You can use weather forecast and check the past weather, but that's pretty much it. So you can access logs by going either to view details here or on the left nav bar clicking on the logs menu. Those are my logs. As you can see, uh, I logged all my stuff, and this is the kind of overview of the logs. You can see that I fish for muskie, but I fish for other fish as well. And so let me just show you on one example. So I can show you example of log of when I caught this fish. This was my biggest muskie in 2025. It was a beautiful fish, and it has also pretty cool story about it. And I describe that story in my log. So if I go there, I can see that there is that fish that was caught here, 49.5. What is this column shows your catches. This column shows your other events like follows, hits, and everything else that you want to record. You can record as much or as little information as you want. So let's take a look how this log looks like. Okay, this is my log comment. We saw just one fish today, but that was a big fish, my Pickerel River personal best. So there is there is pretty much information, but a lot of this information is imported actually. You don't have to enter it, like temperature, wind, pressure, precipitation. Many information that you don't see on this screen are also imported, like 3-day trends like pressure, 3-day wind trends, 3-day temperature trends, and so on. We also record solar events. So you can see that this log event, which is a follow, was on moon underfoot and then later catch was not. So what happened here at 15:30, my buddy Boris, who was trying to catch a muskie on a fly, raised this fish. The fish stayed for a long time, like 20, maybe even more seconds around his fly. He was trying to do everything he can do to get it to bite, but he couldn't. Uh, and I also tried, we couldn't get it. I felt something, a little bump, I don't even know was that fish. And then at 17:57, we came back to that same spot, and on the second cast, fish hit my bulldog. So this is how fishing goes. Sometimes you catch it, sometimes your friend. But I describe that detail. I didn't put too much detail on it, but I did. So you can go and edit this, and then you can see like this is the details that you are entering here. So when you are creating log, I'll just show you quickly. You can only mandatory fields are body of water and date. Everything else you can omit if you don't want. But you can put details. You can put comment about this log in as much details as you want. You can describe some like water temp and who you fished with. You can then add events like catch events, and those events have a lot of information like time, which species, and then a lot of like lure description, structure description, depth in feed, comments. So you can put a lot of information, and adding information is important, as you will see later how we use it. So, okay, those were logs. I'll go back to logs, and there is something here which you see. It's a rating. It's calculated based on information you enter to your logs. We have a particular logic for calculating them, and this is the main thing for our fishing forecast, those ratings that you are entering that actually are calculated based on your logs. So what can you do with those logs? So let's go first to analytics, because this is kind of one of the things that you can do right away when you have some logs. And I'll show a couple of, there is lots of them. Like this is just some that I added, but we can add more if we want. Those are basically graphical representation of your logs. So let's look at wind direction. So what is this? It says that I have 455 logs. I can just show musky logs if I want. And I see so what does this mean? That means that it shows direction of the wind, and larger slice indicate better fishing success. Darker shading indicates more logs recorded for that wind direction. So mostly when I fish, wind is south-southwest. However, for me, the best wind looks like it's southeast. I don't know, is that true or not, but this is just, it's true for me, and how that works with other people, I don't know. Maybe in the future, when we capture a lot of logs, it will be easier to tell, to find some real good indication is wind direction has anything to do with your fishing success. So other thing that I maybe can show you is pressure trend maybe. So what is pressure trend? So this is falling pressure on this side, and this is rising pressure. Still, like darker shade indicates more logs, like 106 logs here. Taller bar indicates better success. So it looks like that falling pressure is best for me. And falling pressure is something that people think works. However, we have to be cautious here, because I have only 6 logs when I fished under really falling pressure and a really high falling pressure. And I will know more when I enter more logs, or when people more entering more logs, then we'll be able to figure out, is this really something that is a pattern or not? But what you can see here is that stable pressure is something that, and we know that stable pressure is a good thing. So you can see that this log, 106 logs, is actually has the highest rating. So when pressure is stable, it's a good thing. So I can maybe show one more thing, which is major and minor. This is a little bit controversial, but here it is. So those are all my catches, 206 of them over the period of 10 years or so, or something like that. And what it shows that my catches fall in a little bit less than quarter of my catches fall into majors and minors. And if you think that also majors and minors are approximately a quarter of a time we spend on fishing, because majors and minors account for maybe 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is 6 hours out of 24. So moon cycle is a bit longer, so that comes to a little bit less than 25%. So this graph, what it shows to me that in my fishing, there is no difference if I fish under major and minor or not. So that may be true or not, but at least for me, this is what I'm seeing. So there is much more analytics that you can explore here. So let's go to the next one, which is the weather. With weather, we have forecast and past weather. So forecast is something that can give you weather forecast for next 7 days, currently 7 days. And you can choose your body of water that you're fishing, and uh, this is so. This is next 7 days on the Detroit River. And here you can see are they biting forecast. What is this? Well, it says score 5 out of 10. So according to our current forecast, it's a 50-50, like it's an average day. Uh, this is pretty bad day on Wednesday, and this is a little bit better on Thursday. So I don't know, like this, I expect this part to get much better and much more accurate over the time as people start using this application. And this should be one of the benefits for our users. We have existing forecasts which are based on moon phases and this kind of stuff, but this is something that will attempt to actually bring actual data and plug it in into forecasts. You still have some other stuff here, like you can see 3-day trends. You can see like 3-day trends, pressure trends is stable and temperature is slow falling. This is fast falling pressure for 3-day trends and so on. This is also fast falling pressure, but this is just this pressure is compared to the previous day. You see there is a significant drop in pressure here. So you can take a look at here. And there is a similar page, but for past weather. So you can go to any day in the past and you can check the weather and you can check the forecast. So this is a good thing, and you can just literally pick anything and it will pick the weather from the public APIs and show you this. So, and it's also showing how our forecast is working on those days. So this one was having 3.5 stars, which is not bad. Um, so that's the weather. And another thing is the last thing, which is pretty cool, and which is called chat with logs. This is highly experimental, and I'm currently working on it. So it might not even work when you try it, but just to show you what you can do, like you can ask questions to based on your logs, where I can say what. So what would be the best weather conditions if I'm fishing for muskies in Lake Nipissing based on my log? Let's see what we get. I hope it will give me something that makes sense. Okay. Based on the logs, the more productive days for muskies in Lake Nipissing occur when water temperature was around 50 degrees, cooler water just above freezing, the wind speed was moderate, atmospheric pressure, cloud cover. Cooler, slightly windy days with high pressure and moderate cloud tend to bring best musky action. So this is what works for me. I don't know, but so this stuff should actually be really cool. This should allow you to query your own data. So if this is just it's working on your logs only. So if you log in, uh, it's pulling your log data and just giving you answers on your logs. So uh, this is uh, this is where security comes in. I have a lot of ideas how this can be improved, but for now, this is what we have. So in addition to analytics, uh, this is a very interesting way to query nowadays when we have all those AIs and chatbot. I used AI behind to actually do this. So that's it. So yes, so this should be it in short. Uh, there is a lot of stuff here uh, that you can try, and you can reach me uh, either through Instagram or through email. I also created Discord group for this project, so I plan to communicate with you with this way. So I hope you like it, and I hope there will be some people who are willing to try this. Thank you very much for watching this video.